Hey everyone, it is Nancy here. I am here today bringing you a Crystals 101 class. I had such a huge outpouring of messages and people asking on my Facebook page to do a class on crystals and how to use them. And I really appreciate all the questions that come to me and all the people that reach out to me all the time asking me about, what crystals to use for what situation they're going through. And crystals have just become more popular over the years. And I think just kind of the woo-woo stuff in general is not as scary or kind of as it maybe used to be. So more and more people are getting interested in crystals. More and more people are using them. Hi there. Hi, everyone that's joining. Thank you so much for being here today. So I even posted an article today about a football player, and I don't know his name, a football player that has all these crystals in his locker and how he uses them each week according to what he needs to play his game or what he needs to do for himself, personally. So I think it's just so cool that it's becoming more mainstream and not as, I don't know if it's scary, but just more mainstream and accessible to people. So today I wanted to, and I have a couple of, people gave me some questions that they wanted answered. I have a structure how I kind of want to do the class. Basically, I want to tell you a little bit about how choosing crystals, cleansing crystals, programming your crystals, because that's really important, is programming them or setting the intentions for what you want them to do. And then I have about a dozen that I have set out for different situations, whether it's stress or anxiety that you're dealing with, if you're looking to manifest things into your life. I've chosen some crystals that I will show you and that you can use in that area of your life. So crystals, God, they're amazing. I love them so much. Crystals vibrate they vibrate on their own energy level, and they vibrate at different levels, okay? So each crystal is going to vibrate differently. Also, each crystal is going to speak to each person differently. So, sometimes you could look up a crystal and it has like 1,000 meanings of what it could be used for, like amethyst, But what I think is important is for you to connect with that crystal, for you to hold it in your hand, for you to, choose it. You're going to find that you are drawn to some and not to others. So I use crystals myself personally for the last, I maybe say 30 years. That makes me sound really old, but I've been using them for about 30 years, and I use them on my clients as well. I have a set selection that I go to, that they're my go-tos, okay? There's sometimes, I have plates of crystals here of all different types of things that may be used for something, but they're not, even though I purchase them, even though I like them, doesn't mean that they actually become a working crystal for me. So you're going to see, you may go to a store, a crystal store, a new age store, and you're going to choose a bunch of crystals that, you feel drawn to, you think are beautiful, you think you feel have good energy. And then as you work with them, as you hold them, as you use them, you're going to find your favorites. You're going to see the ones that really work for you. You're going to see the ones that when you hold really resonate for you. Or when you use them for a specific purpose, you're going to actually see the results. So try to be fluid, try not to be, don't be so stringent with it, or, try not to force it too much. But when you, go shopping, go to that new age store and you choose a crystal that you are drawn to and hold it in your non-dominant hand. So for me, that's my left hand. And holding in a non-dominant hand allows you to feel more of that energy coming in. And just kind of sit for a minute and see how it feels. Does it feel cool? Does it feel warm? Do you feel happy? Do you feel calm, peaceful? And think about those things. Kind of just try to feel into it. And people say, like, how can I choose? I think, we even choosing fruit at the store, we intuitively choose the things that we know are good for us. So even just how you would choose the perfect apple in a store, I think is the same way of choosing a crystal. So, you know, you'll see a whole bowl of them, and, you know, a lot of places you could just put them all out and choose the one that you want. So choose the one that is drawn to you. And again, using your non-dominant hand is good to do that with, to just kind of hold it, kind of get a sense for it, and know if it's going to come home with you. So the next thing to do is when you bring your crystals home, I know that it's exciting and you want to use them right away, but it's important to really cleanse and clear the crystals before you use them for your own personal use. So cleansing the crystals is not just washing them or keeping them clean. It's about removing any energy that isn't yours. So thinking about this crystal being in the store, it could have absorbed a lot of different energy. It might have been touched by hundreds of people. So you want to make sure that you are cleansing it for your use. Now, one of the great ways, there's a bunch of different ways to cleanse crystals, and one of them is to just run it under cool water. Running it under cool water and saying, you know, I cleanse and clear the energy of this stone for my use. So to say something simple like that and put in the intention of cleansing it like that. So just run it under some cool water and dry it immediately, because not all crystals like water, but most of them are okay. So doing that is one way to cleanse your crystal. Another way to cleanse your crystals is to use sage smoke. It's not weed, it's sage, but it smells funky like weed. Not that I know about that anyway. So using sage is a great way to cleanse. So light your sage, blow out the flame, let it smoke, and then you could just run that sage around the crystal 3 times, saying something like, I cleanse and clear this crystal for my use. So that's another way to cleanse the crystals. You can also put it in a bowl of Himalayan salt or sea salt overnight. That depends on, you know, what you're using it for. I don't feel like you need that much, putting that much cleansing into it. So just doing either the water, the sage smoke, and if you can't do any of those and you just really want to use it, you could hold it in your hand and just really, again, setting that intention of cleansing it, clearing it of anybody else's energy or anything that it may have stuck to it, okay? So that's really an important part of you're starting to make this crystal your own. It's not like you're just taking it home and, you know, using it, but you're starting to work on ways to really program it. And then that's really the next part, is programming it and setting the intentions for the crystals. So, hi there. So I think an important thing to know is, yes, crystals have their own meaning. You'll see, you know, rose quartz is for love, or, you know, people have amethyst, and they already have specific meanings and uses. But it's also their vibration that brings in that magic. But with that magic is you. And it's about you putting the intention into that stone of how you want it to work for you. This is really important because you're telling the stone what you need it to do for you, or what situation you want it to work on in your life. So just picking it up and carrying it in your pocket, I'm not going to say it's not going to do anything, because I still think it'll be beneficial, but telling the crystal what you need for it to do is really important. So a way to do that is to take some quiet time. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. It all depends on the amount of time that you have. Me, I like to, you know, I have rituals, and I like to set aside time to meditate, put specific meditation tracks on, and sit down and take my crystal, put it in my 2 hands, and whatever it is used for. So say this is labradorite, and this is used especially if you have a lot of empathic qualities and taking on people's emotions. This is something I would put in my hand, and I would sit quietly, and I would ask the stone and program it to be protective, to help me, to protect me, to cleanse my aura, to make sure that I don't get all these sticky vibes on me from other people that I don't want on me. So there's things like that. Whatever it is, whatever the intention is, and I'm going to get into, like, after we talk about this, I'm going to get into a bunch of different stones and show them to you and what they can be used for. So you're going to take that stone, figure out what you need it for most in your life, or what, you know, what situation you need help with, and then holding that stone and sitting there and saying, yes, please, this is what I want attention and set my intentions to for this stone. When we do that, again, it's not only the stone working and helping us with that, but we are consciously making the effort to transform or grow or heal in our lives. So it works together. It works with ourselves and our conscious manifestation of what we want it to do, and then also the crystals' magic on their own. And I, you know, of course, believe in that because I've just seen it work. I've used them for so long, and they're amazing to me. So someone had asked before the class, you know, how do I really use them? How do I hold them? Am I carrying them? Am I putting them on my chakras? What am I doing? I think it depends on the use of that stone and what you want to do with it. So if you are, there are some stones that I use pretty much every day. A lot of them are as bracelets. I use bracelets and things like that to keep me grounded. I use it for my intuitive work. I use it for my Reiki. If you're dealing with stress on a daily basis, then that is a crystal that I would carry constantly with me. Or if you can, wear a bracelet or a piece of jewelry. So something like that, something for stress, is going to help you if you are using it and holding it and having it on your body on a daily basis. If you're doing some type of energy work or chakra work, you can put those stones on your chakras during a healing session, wherever you need to place it, and kind of meditate with it. And then you could also carry it with you if you need to. So a great way to carry stones is in a little pouch like this. You could put them, of course, in your back pocket. That's an awesome place. Or you could put them in a little pouch like this, 2 or 3, put them together, put them in your purse, put them in your pocket, put them in your bra, wherever you need to put it. Or if you have a piece of jewelry, so I wear jewelry, I mean, my moonstone is something that I wear all the time. Or if I have something that I want to wear, or want to carry but don't want to show it, sometimes you could take like a little necklace like this, a pendant, and just put it on a safety pin and put it inside your shirt or on your bra or wherever you want to put it. So that's another way, you know, to carry it. There's things that you could put around your desk. So if it's something for work, that's something that will be really helpful around your desk and your laptop or your computer. And then you also have sleep. So I'll get into a little bit, if you're looking for, you know, better sleep at night, I probably wouldn't carry a stone with me all day for that. But it would be a certain type of cluster that I would keep on my bedside table in order to bring on those sweet dreams and that good sleep. So that's a little bit about how to use them. So it's not just like taking it home and, like, you know, putting it on, you know, a table, even though I think that's still beneficial. I'm not going to say it's not, because I have crystals all over the house. They're very important to me. But I know that if I really want to reap the benefits of them, I am going to actively carry them and actively use them when I have the situation that arises. You know, so if I'm having a lot of stress or anxiety, I'm going to make sure that I choose a specific crystal to carry or use that day to help me work through those issues. So I am going to move on now. I want to start getting into some of the crystals that I set aside for you. So I'd like to talk about rose quartz. And here is a piece of rose quartz, and I love these. So crystals come in all different types of shapes and sizes. They come in like tumbled, you know, tumbled stones, round. These little flat ones are awesome because you could put them in your back pocket and they don't bulge out crazy. Because sometimes you could have you literally have rocks in your pocket. So carrying stones that are flat like this are really helpful. And some of them are actually called worry stones or stuff like that. This one has like a little groove in it that you could kind of rub if you'd like. But that's one of the shapes that I like. So rose quartz is wonderful for self-love, for compassion for yourself, compassion for others, healthy relationships. So if you're having maybe issues in a relationship, or you're maybe fighting with your spouse or something, and you need a little bit of that to bring that love back in, rose quartz is an excellent way to do that and bring that into your life. It's also very good for healing past trauma. So if you have past trauma in that, especially, that's in the heart chakra, it could be anything. It could be something that happened to you a long time ago. It could be the passing on of a loved one, and which could be very painful. Anything like that, this type of trauma. Also, too, causing you to maybe lose some self-confidence and self-love for yourself. If you're experiencing guilt or shame, rose quartz is an awesome way to go. And it's one of the staples. I think it's really they're easily available, and it's one of my favorites. It's so calming, so loving. So that's rose quartz. So the next, if you are, well, honestly, if you're having issues, but if you are especially female and you want to tap into that divine feminine, that goddess magic, if you want to connect with the moon, if you want to improve your intuition, if you want to regulate your cycles, if you want to increase your fertility, moonstone is an awesome, especially rainbow moonstone, is an awesome stone. And you cannot see how beautiful it is here, especially in these pieces, but in jewelry, you can really see how it has this beautiful flash, purple and blue flash. And I wear moonstone. That's my sign. That's moonstone all the time. So moonstone is really going to help you connect with that beautiful divine feminine within you. So if you are experiencing stress and anxiety are huge, especially in today's day and age. We have so much going on in our lives. These have been like magic for me. I wear as a bracelet all the time. And that stone is blue lace agate. Blue lace agate. Again, you can't see the beauty of these stones through the video, but this is an incredible stone for bringing down the stress and bringing down just that tension that you may be experiencing. I love this stone and I use it daily, especially moms with toddlers. We need like a bath of blue lace agate. And here's the bracelet that I wear with blue lace agate. So really simple thing to carry and wear and just bring in some of that extra calming energy. The other stone that goes along, especially for anxiety, and that could be any kind of anxiety that you're having, is lepidolite. And lepidolite is this awesome stone. It actually contains lithium, which is a psychiatric drug, if you know what I'm talking about. But lepidolite is absolutely incredible for dealing with anxiety specifically, and stress as well, bringing in a lot of calming vibes. So if you are, having a lot of those issues, lepidolite is definitely the way to go. And doing lepidolite and blue lace agate together are like a match made in heaven. So these two work perfectly together. And there's many times where I'm carrying, like I said, I carry this in my pocket almost every day just to keep me calm. So next, if you are looking for good luck, if you are looking to manifest things into your life, especially money, There are two stones I chose today. One of them is tiger's eye, which I'm sure you've heard of before. It's hard again to see it, but tiger's eye has this beautiful lines and how it kind of just moves. And there's also pyrite, which you may know as fool's gold from when you were a kid, but this is an awesome crystal. So using these two together are wonderful for manifestation, bringing money, and bringing luck into your life. So next is labradorite. And here I have two pieces of labradorite. Labradorite is a super, super protective stone. It is awesome if you are an empath. And an empath is a person that is very sensitive and maybe considered also a highly sensitive person, meaning that they take on the emotions of others. And that could be really difficult sometimes when you're taking on everyone else's emotions. I saw this happen a lot to me, you know, when I worked in offices where I was in a good mood, but I seemed to be in a bad mood and finding that I was taking on the energy of others, and it was really bogging me down. You may also find this if you're uncomfortable in crowded places, if you're uncomfortable in groups, if you feel like your energy is being kind of like infringed upon. I'm not sure if I'm using the right word, but labradorite is a wonderful stone for protection of your energetic field and making sure that you don't take on everyone else's junk. Okay, so that's labradorite. Next is citrine. So I have I'm gonna say man-made citrine. You'll see this type of citrine a lot. It is actually amethyst that has been baked and it turns yellow, but they have called this citrine. And here is a piece of natural citrine. So it's more of a kind of a dullish yellow. I know people think that this one is so much prettier, but both of them still work well. So natural and kind of like the man-made citrine. And citrine is awesome for self-confidence. So if you're having issues with self-confidence, if you're having issues just with feeling that gut instinct, with trusting yourself, with just being able to feel more confident in the decisions that you make, citrine is awesome for that. It's also really good for healing the past. And I find that a lot when I do Reiki on clients and I work in the solar plexus chakra, which is right about 3 inches above the belly button. There's there can be a lot of trauma in that area, again, with things that have happened in their past. So citrine is an awesome way to get through that, to help you with that. Another one that you've may seen a lot of is clear quartz. So here's some clear quartz. You could see it in a points are especially powerful. And then you have other pieces, more rounded stones. Both will work, but they're great for energy. They're great for purification. They are very protective. And if you want to do some spiritual work, getting in touch with your intuition, your angels and guides, these are awesome for that. So that's clear quartz. Next is amethyst, which so many people know about. They are so, so pretty, and they come in different shapes and sizes. They come in natural clusters like this. They come in pieces that have been polished and rounded and all different shapes and sizes. But this is awesome to put near your laptop or your computer. It protects against negative energy. It protects against EMFs that are coming off of computers and cell phones, and it's really great to have at work. If you're also looking to enhance your intuition, amethyst is an awesome way to go. So check out amethyst. And you might even have a piece of it at home and just kind of sitting there. So brush it off, cleanse it, and make it work for you, okay? I have a few more. I have weight loss. So if you're having issues with weight loss or excessive hunger, there is named blue apatite, but it's spelled A-P-A-T-I-T-E, is great for weight loss and stabilizing hunger, as is this one called chrysocolla. which is really pretty. And again, you can't see how beautiful they are, but chrysocolla is great for also dealing with hunger issues or losing weight. These two work together in harmony with each other. So if, again, as you know, when you're talking about, you know, should I hold them? Should I leave them at home? What should I do? Something like this, I would carry in that little pouch and put in my purse or my pocket and use them throughout the day, because that's going to help with something like weight loss and controlling hunger. So next, if you're having issues sleeping, which a lot of people do, I hear a lot of people really aren't getting enough sleep. If you're having insomnia, if you're having unpleasant dreams, if you're just not, you know, staying in bed long enough or waking up often, this gorgeous stone is called, I think they're all gorgeous, is called celestite. And you can see like these little points. This is perfect. So obviously this is something you couldn't really put in your pocket, but you wouldn't need to. This is perfect to put right on your bedside table. It's not going to energize you too much. Like I wouldn't put clear quartz next to my bedside table, because that has too much energy, too much flow going that I don't need while I'm sleeping. But this is perfect right next to your bed. So I keep this next to me on my bedside table. Celestite. And speaking of bed, if you need to get a little action going, you know what I mean, or you need some extra vitality in that area, there is something called a Shiva lingam. It is a beautiful stone from India that comes, I believe it's from a river. These are absolutely gorgeous, and they're good for, like I said, they're good for couples. They have a masculine and feminine energy to them. They bring that vitality. They are creation, great for making babies. So put this is one that also stays in your bedroom, okay? That's a Shiva lingam. And finally, I have something, people are always looking for protection for themselves or protection for their homes, and that would be one of them. There are many of them, but today I chose black tourmaline. And this is a bracelet that I really like to wear, especially when I'm doing energy work on other clients. This keeps me grounded. What does grounded mean? That's a whole other class that I'll do for you. But it keeps me grounded. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you not in the clouds. It helps you stay focused on this earth. It is protective for your home. So something like this you can buy in different forms, but you can buy a small piece of it and put it over your front door to protect the energy of your home. Wearing it for yourself, and just, again, super protective stone. So that's black tourmaline. And a lot of people may also know about hematite, which I don't use. It's not a stone that resonates with me. For me, I find it really heavy, but a lot of people know that hematite, it's silvery. It kind of has that gunmetal look. And that's another great way to stay grounded. So, woo, girl, that was a lot of stuff. That was a lot of stones that I threw out you. Hopefully there are some in there that you feel that will be helpful for you. If there is something that you want to know about, you can post comments here and I will answer them, or you can message me privately and I'll be happy to help you. One thing I forgot to mention earlier on is every month on the full moon, so you could look up a calendar and find out when your full moon is. That is a great time to reprogram your crystals. So taking all your crystals, yes, the little crazies like me, and I know others, have all their crystals out. I put mine on giant cookie sheets, and I bring them outside into my yard on the full moon, the night of the full moon, and I ask for them to be recharged and cleansed. And that full moon really cleanses them and invigorates them. You don't necessarily have to program them again with your intentions, but it is super helpful to do. So that is something that you can do once a month in order to keep them charged. So that is Crystals 101. I know it was super fast. I try not to do more than 30 minutes because I don't have the attention span all the time to sit for an hour class. But I hope you enjoyed this. I am so honored that you joined me today. I am honored for you to watch and to learn and to ask questions. And I'm sending you lots of love and light. And have a good day. Bye.